The swimming area at Cunningham Falls State Park in Frederick County, Maryland is closed right now after a beaver bit a teenager while he was swimming, and that beaver has tested positive for rabies. So joining us now is Alicia Evangelista with the Frederick County, Maryland Health Department. Alicia, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us this afternoon.
Thank you, Pete, for being willing to help get the message out about rabies.
Yes, let's talk about this. People hear the word rabies and it is concerning. How worried should people be about this? Is this very unusual?
So rabies is in our environment throughout the state of Maryland and the U.S. naturally in animals. So the important thing is making sure people are aware of their environment and being aware of the animals in their environment so they can take preventative measures.
Is there any specific animal that usually has rabies? I know this was a beaver in this instance. Is it more common in any one animal than another, Alicia?
If you were to look at Maryland state rabies stats for positive rabies, specifically even Frederick County, the #1 animal that tends to carry rabies is raccoons. We have had another beaver in the past, but that was actually back in 2009. So it has been a while since we've had a positive beaver.
Okay, number of incidents, has that remained normal, or are you seeing any kind of increase just due to it being summer and more people are out?
So a little bit of both. So we have in Frederick County, we do track our number of rabies. We are shipping out on a regular basis. Currently to date, we have 13 positive cases. That includes this beaver. Last year we had about 36, and every year it can flex a little bit, but we are fairly consistent. But when we do have people out and about, there is a higher chance of it because they are in the environment and the wild animals are out there and there is that chance of interaction.
Okay, worst case scenario, Alicia, someone is out, it's summer, here they're swimming in a swimming area, they get bit by any wild animal, maybe they don't even see it, you know, they're not trying to get close. What is the first thing that they should do in that situation, whether they know anything about the animal or not?
So anytime there is a bite, whether they're swimming or they're hiking or they're just working in their backyard, they need to, if they can, take a look at what bit them so it can be identified. If we can identify the biting animal, it can be sent for rabies testing. And then with that information, it's determined whether they would need post-exposure shots or not. If they don't know the animal and it runs off and they don't see it, they still need to seek medical attention and talk with their doctor.
Just to make sure that they get the treatment they need. Speaking of treatment, Alicia, has this treatment for a bite changed through the years, or specifically what do they need if they think that animal had rabies? Can you talk to us about that?
So as far as the treatment goes, yes, there's been huge changes. Like anything else in medical history, but the most recent changes were back in 2010 when they changed the number of the post-exposure shots. So they reduced that number to 4, sometimes 5 if you're immunocompromised. So that was one of the big changes.
Sitting, laying,
anytime
wherever he may be. I think I know where he is.
Oops, sorry, we're hearing a little bit of the president there. Sorry for the interruption, Alicia.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime there's an exposure, we always advise seek medical attention. Here at Frederick County, we have a group of nurses that work specifically with rabies exposure and can help people through the process.
Thank you. And, you know, signs obviously always advised for people to give wild animals a lot of space, never ever get too close. But, you know, is it always obvious that an animal might be infected with something?
Well, so rabies symptoms can vary. So one of the symptoms could be that they are aggressive. But the other symptom could be that they're docile, or a fox could be friendly. So that could be misleading. So the best advice is to stay away from the wildlife because it's not always there's not just one sign that says, hey, I have rabies. It could be not showing those full symptoms at the time frame, or it could just be attacked so quick that people don't realize it. So the best thing is to keep your distance from the wildlife, respect them. If you do see sick wildlife, you can report that here in Frederick County. Any type of exposures, because it could not always be human exposure, it could be your pet that's exposed. And for that, we have rabies vaccinations to protect the pets. But yeah, keeping your distance, being aware of your surroundings, and if there's any type of exposure, reaching out to medical professionals if it's human, health department, animal control, or a vet if it's a pet exposure.
Really, really solid advice there for all of us to make sure we stay safe when we're outside during these final weeks of summer here. Alicia Evangelista with the Frederick County, Maryland Health Department. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
I thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, take care.